Okay, whenever you win a championship, it's good to, first of all, a lot of people, right after it got over with, people are already saying, well, I know that's not what y'all after, and all of this stuff. But that's not true. It's time to, in my opinion, do two things. Just stop and celebrate and enjoy it and understand that it's not a given. And then second, show gratitude to a lot of people that make it happen. The administration, the department, the fans, the staff, the players, the families, the media. This, in order to pull something like this together over the years, as a young coach, you don't realize it. You just take it for granted that it's just something that's going to happen and it's just natural and that it evolves. As you get older, you realize that it is tougher and that you have to be a lot more deliberate in how it happens. And there has to be a lot of pieces to the puzzle. You have to have a lot of people who are all in. And we've been really blessed in softball in this community to have a lot of people all in. So with that, it's an opportunity to, number one, I caution everybody to not take it for granted. I told our players after the game, we were dancing in the locker room and hooping and hollering, and we were enjoying it. When you stop enjoying it, that's not good. So celebrate it and enjoy it, and then show gratitude. Show gratitude, and then the game's gonna humble you. So put it behind you, show some humility, and we go back to work today. The celebration will end right after this press conference. Have a humble heart and get back to work, and that's the plan.
An in-state rival like ULM, and like Coach said, the girls know each other. Maybe is it more challenging? Is it more exciting, or is it just another weekend?
I let Chris look at all that stuff. I know it sounds like a broken record. I don't even focus on the opponent. Try to continue to focus on our kids. It's going to be a tough week for our kids. They're all in finals. They're at the end of the grind. We got to keep going. You have to stay in your softball routine. They're going to spend a lot of hours, a lot of late nights, trying to get those finals in, trying to take their finals. This is when it really is challenging to be a student athlete. If you win on the field and you don't take care of business in the classroom, then it's no good. And these kids are not just trying to pass their class. 90% of them are in honors. They're not trying to make a C, they're trying to make an A. Big difference. So I respect them so much. I'm so proud of our kids, how they understand how to take care of their business on and off the field. And Monroe will take care of itself Saturday. And hopefully our preparation and the way that we're going about our business throughout it all is gonna continue to show. But it's another challenge, very challenging week for our kids. We have about 2 or 3 issues that are still in front of us, and Alex pitched way too many innings, so we gotta get Alyssa back on track. Something that we can do over the next couple of weeks. The middle of that lineup, hot and cold. So we got to continue to build some consistency there. Defensively, that's how, the final championship's going to be won. Got to clean some of that stuff up. We have made some highlight plays. This kid made some amazing plays this weekend. And I know as coaches, we, I guess, set the bar too high, but it's okay to make one or two more. I just know I've been through this too many times. You know, the difference between winning a regional or winning a super regional or even winning a game in the World Series is one pitch. Sometimes one call. Sometimes 1 inch. The margin of, you know, it's very difficult, I know, for people to see it now when some of the games are not in the balance. But when you get in that new environment, you can't just all of a sudden do, okay, I didn't play perfect. You know, it's okay to, as you go through the season, to put that kind of standard on yourself. That's what we try to do. So the next couple weeks is to try to continue to play the game at the highest standard. So you still walk into the field and say, all right, here we go. That's why, you know, when I went off last week about the A&M game, hopefully our kids and our fans see it the same way. I mean, those are situations where you have to feel comfortable and you have to be able to execute it. Especially if you expect to be the last team standing.
What do you think has been the most surprising aspect of this team? Looking back in January.
In January, I never would have expected this team to be where it is now. But as the season evolved, you can see that they kept getting better. You saw the first week of the season, then we got swept on Sunday by Southern Miss. Opening week, we got swept by Southern Miss. With Alex on the mound, and we couldn't score runs, and we couldn't get them out. So if anybody says, well, they predicted we'd be right here where we are, not even in January after week 1, well, they saw something I didn't see. Really, again, goes back to my initial point. It makes this championship even that more special, that this team overcame adversity, that they continue to grow as a group, that they found a way to keep getting better. I think when the chips were down and people didn't believe in them, they even worked harder. And they just kept grinding. And now the script is flipped the other way. The expectations, in the beginning of the season, the expectations were way out of line. They said, oh, well, we're not gonna win. It's gonna be a medicine season. We're not going to be any good, and now the script is the other way. Oh, we're going all the way. We're going to win it all, and I think you have to put blinders on. I don't think you can listen to either one. So really, this team has shown some maturity and staying focused and going about their business and trusting their preparation and continuing to get better along the way. And whenever there's been adversity, they've confronted it. A pretty special group, really and truly. I've said this all along, that I've admired how hard this group has worked. And with no guarantee that it was going to pay off, these kids are grinders. And they've continued to work day by day by day by day by day. So did I expect this in January? No, sir, I did not. But about halfway through the season, you could start to see this team coming together. And that's really the challenge every year, is that you want to be the very best this year. You're not worried about where you fit in the context of anything else. You just want to be the best version of you this year, right now. And I really believe that this team is working on coming to that fulfillment. They really have done a good job of being their best version of themselves.